My name is Sarah. I am 35 years old. Today, I sit in an office made of glass, looking over a city that once felt too big for me. People see my expensive suit and my title, CEO. They think I have always been this powerful. They're wrong. 20 years ago, I was just a girl with a backpack and a secret that felt like a heavy stone in my heart. I was 17. I was a student at Oakwood High. I was in love with Liam. He was the star of the school, handsome, charming, and popular. When I looked at him, I saw my whole future. But one morning, the world stopped turning. I was pregnant. I remember meeting him behind the school library. The air was cold. My hands were shaking. "Liam, I'm pregnant," I whispered. I expected him to hold me. I expected him to say we would be okay. Instead, he stepped back. His eyes were cold. "That's not my problem," he said. The words hit me like a physical blow. "Liam, we're a team," I cried. "No," he replied. "I have a scholarship. I'm not letting a mistake ruin my life. Don't call me again." He walked away. He didn't look back. That was the day I learned that some people only love you when the sun is shining. When the storm comes, they run for cover. The years that followed were not a story. They were a battle. I watched my friends go to parties while I stayed home to study by a small lamp. I heard the whispers in the hallways. There goes the girl who got pregnant. When my daughter, Luna, was born, I looked at her tiny fingers and made a promise. I will be your mother, and I will be your hero. I worked 3 jobs. I cleaned floors. I served coffee. And in the middle of the night, when the world was sleeping, I studied. I studied business. I studied technology. I studied how to be a leader. I didn't have a husband. I didn't have a partner. I only had my mother's hand and my daughter's smile. I realized then that a mistake is only a mistake if you let it break you. If you use it as fuel, it becomes a miracle. 15 years passed. I climbed the mountain. I became the CEO of 𝗬𝗎𝗪. I learned to speak with authority. I learned to make decisions that moved millions of dollars. One Tuesday, my assistant brought me a folder. "The candidate for the sales position is here," he said. I opened the file. The name on the paper made my heart stop for a second. He walked into my office. He looked older. He looked tired. He wore a suit that was trying too hard to look expensive. At first, he didn't recognize me. He saw the CEO. He didn't see the girl from the library. "Good morning," he said, flashing a fake smile. "I am the best person for this job. I have experience, I have." He stopped. He looked at my face. His eyes went wide. "Sarah," he gasped. I sat back. I didn't smile. I didn't frown. I was like the glass walls of my office, clear and hard. "Hello, Liam," I said. It has been a long time. He started to sweat. He tried to laugh it off. "Sarah, look at you. You're the CEO? That's amazing. I always knew you'd do well. About high school, we were just kids. I'm sure you understand why I had to leave. I'm glad I didn't distract you from your success." I stood up. I walked to the window. You did not distract me, Liam. You abandoned me. You left a 17-year-old girl to face the world alone because you were afraid of a mistake. I turned to face him. I looked at your resume. You have worked at 5 companies in 10 years. Every time things get difficult, you leave. You haven't changed. You are still the boy who runs when it rains. I need this job, Sarah, he whispered. I have debts. I picked up his folder and handed it back to him. I am not hiring you, Liam. Not because I hate you. I don't feel anything for you anymore. I am not hiring you because this company is built on responsibility, and you have none. I watched him walk out of my office. He looked small. He looked lost. That evening, I went home. Luna was at the piano, playing a beautiful song. She is 17 now, the same age I was when Liam left. She is strong. She is kind. She is going to be a doctor. How was your day, Mom? She asked. I smiled and hugged her. It was a good day, Luna. I realized that some people are not losses. They are just lessons. Liam thought he was saving his life by leaving me, but in reality, he lost the only thing that could have made his life meaningful. I didn't survive because of him. I thrived because I realized I never needed him in the first place.